If poker hands were shoes, let's see. We could be shopping at Payless with these hands. Not premium. They're not connected. They're low cards. We really don't want to play with these hands. But then there are suited connectors, low pair. These are department stores. Maybe a nice department store. Ace and a face card. Depending on your chip stack, where you are in the betting order, we might want to be playing hands like this. I'll take them. And then there's your premium hands. These are the boutiques. These are the Gucci and the Jimmy Choo and your Louis Vuitton. We like these hands. Maybe even an ace king suited would work here. These are the hands we want. Try them on sometime. If poker hands were restaurants, these would be a drive-through. This is fast food. These would be cards that are not suited. They're not connected. These hands are paper napkins and everything disposable. Dispose of these. Then you've got hands that might be low pairs, maybe suited connectors, an ace with another card. These are sit-down restaurants. So this is Chili's, Texas Roadhouse. These are places where somebody's going to come fill your water glass. So depending on your chip stack, how long you're going to be in the game, where you are in the betting order, you might want to be playing these. These are your main staples. We can survive on them. And then there are your nice places. This is upscale sushi, Michelin star restaurants. This is linens and stemware. We like these cards. I could eat there all day long. If poker hands were pizza, these would be your gas station pizza that's been sitting under the warming lights for about 12 hours. Not worth the risk. If you're playing these, don't be surprised if you end up with a sick feeling in the pit of your stomach. Then we've got our suited connectors, a little higher suited connectors as well. This is your grocery frozen pizza. Depending on your position and your chip stack, they might work. And then you've got pairs and you've got face cards that are connected. This is your takeout pizza. It's hot when you pick it up or it gets delivered. We like it. And then there's your gourmet stuff. This is your brick oven pizzeria, quality ingredients made by some guy named Guido or Mario. We like these. This will whet your appetite. Go for it. I'm here in Prague at the World Series Poker Europe with professional Maureen. Tell me how to say your last name.
Blurchlinger.
From Switzerland. And she travels all over the world playing poker. She runs Globetrotting Poker Women. So I've got a question for you, Maureen. If poker hands were airports, what would a 7-deuce offsuit be?
Let's put that to Frankfurt. I hate that airport. Everyone knows that.
How about a Jack-10 suited?
My home airport resort. Yeah, because it's pretty punctual, nice shops, but still not, over the top.
How about aces?
Aces? Okay, yeah. Hands down Singapore. Singapore airport's like one of the best in the world, for sure. You can play poker in Singapore.
Put that on your list. If poker hands were cars, these would be like a 10 to 15-year-old Mitsubishi or a banged-up Hyundai. Let these clunkers go. Now, low connectors, they'd be like a used Honda or Toyota. If they're suited, maybe they're a newer version of one of those cars. Pairs would be like a BMW or a Mercedes, maybe an Audi. Top pairs and suited connectors like Ace King would be a Porsche or a Land Rover. And aces, well, that's the Rolls Royce, the Maserati, the Lamborghini of poker hands. Hopefully you'll get a thrill out of playing these. Good luck at the table. If poker hands were ocean vacation, these cards, your low cards, they're not suited, they're not connected. These are a mega ship, one of those Walmart of the sea things with an interior room, no window, and the norovirus is on board. We do not want to pay to play these cards. And then we've got the best cards, your highest pairs, or the ace king. This is a private yacht on the Caribbean or the Mediterranean. These we want on board with them. If poker hands were baseball teams, what would the Texas Rangers be?
Right now, I love the Rangers, but right now, 7-2 offseason.
Okay, what would the Chicago Cubs be?
Right now, I give them pocket queens.
Ooh, pocket queen.
I would go tens.
Okay, so what team would be aces right
Dodgers.
now?
Dodgers, easy
Absolutely.
money.
If poker hands or golf swings, well, if you're not in your seat when the cards are dealt to you, that's like whiffing the ball. You're just going to have to tee it up again and wait for the next one. But these cards are like hitting it into the deep rough, maybe out of bounds. You're really going to have to work hard to save par, to make it with these cards. Take a mulligan and try again. Now with these cards, this is like getting it in the fairway. You might not have a great lie, but maybe you can make something of them. Let's see what happens on the flop. But these cards, this is like hitting it right down the middle. A perfect lie. Right in the middle of the fairway, 250 to 300 yards. We should be able to make par or better with these. If poker hands were drinkware, these would be red Solo cups. Standing around a keg of beer, frat party sort of thing. They're probably going to end up in the trash. Then you have your pairs. These are those insulated Stanleys sort of things, big giant things you can tote around all day and drink out of. These will quench your thirst most of the time. Then you have the stuff that puts you in the money. Your aces, ace king suited. This is crystal stemware. It feels really good to look down and find these in your hand. Cheers. If poker hands were booze, let's start with the ones nobody really is crazy about. The low cards, they're not connected, they're not suited. These are your malt liquor, your cheap beer, your bottled wine. You don't want to play these. You're going to end up with a hangover. Give your liver a break. Give your chip stack a break. Let these go. We don't want to play with them. The ones that we're a little bit more interested in would be maybe lower middle pairs, perhaps suited connectors. These are your tequila, rum, vodka. Little higher pairs might be your premium wines. We like these. We can play with these. See what turns up. Maybe make a nice cocktail out of them. This could come out a winner. You just don't want to play them a lot. Not all the time. But pretty much a good staple for us. And then there's your premiums. You got your aces, your kings, maybe an ace king suited. These are your champagne. This is your barrel aged scotch and bourbon. Sometimes this doesn't work out so well. No guarantee just because you got the premium stuff that life is going to be peachy all the time. But you got a good chance of having a really good time with cards like these. I'll drink them all day. Cheers and good luck. If poker hands were booze, you'd have your low cards, your unsuited, not connecting hands. These are malt liquor, cheap beer, boxed wine. Save your liver. Don't play these hands. Then we have your ace with a lower card suited, maybe suited connectors, your middle pairs. These are your standard gin, vodka, tequila, maybe craft beer, more premium wines. These, depending on your chip stack, where you are in the betting order, and how long you plan to be there, these are playable cards. We sometimes really like these cards. And then there's your premiums. There's your aces and kings, maybe ace king suited. These are champagne. These are barrel-aged scotch or bourbon, tequila. These are your premium cards. We like playing these hands. They could be a lot of fun. Cheers and good luck. If
poker hands were a birthday present for an 8-year-old, what would a ugly crochet vest from your grandmother be?
Jack Adolf.
Jack Adolf? Okay.
Yeah, because it's like still playable in certain situations, and it's your grandma. You don't want to hurt her feelings. Blah, blah.
See, I would have said it was a deuce.
No, I know you would have. I know you would have. That's what everyone would say. But you still want to like.
How about if you're an 8-year-old and you get a puzzle or a game?
Probably like Jack's.
Jack's, okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
How about a pony?
Pony for an 8-year-old? Jokers. 2 jokers.
No,
Best hand
every
possible.
8-year-old wants a...
No, 2
Jokers?
best hand possible.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jokers are wild.
Wild
I bet
jokers.
you've never gotten that answer before.
No, I have not.
Jokers are wild.